So even historic Philadelphia is in trouble.
Yeah, eventually. There is no debate as to, the debate among geologists and sea level scientists is exactly how fast and how far it's going to go. But yes, at some point, if we continue this trend, yes, your grandchildren should be worried.
Yeah, because I always felt that, I live 100 miles from the shore,
Yes.
so why should I worry, right? But
In
then
the
when I
end-
saw that sign, that, that little thing that said, what percentage of the world's population lived, and it was within 100 meters of sea level.
23%.
Yeah, that put me like, way underwater. So it wasn't a good sign, and I guess probably everybody in the room too.
But in the short term, Philadelphia will be worried.
I can see the relaxation spreading across. Oh well, we don't agree in the end. And I was concerned in your presentation, Aliki. Do you see any, two things were interested me. One was if you saw any hope of getting the fishermen you were talking to cooperate in trying to save sea turtles. The other is, who are these non-commercial fishermen that are taking all the fish? I was wondering that.
These are people that have an amateur fishing license. They're only allowed to fish a certain amount of fish, and they are very limited. They can only use up to 100 hooks. But they are using a lot more than that because there is absolutely no control. Or there's also spear gun fishermen, and the thing is that they are fishing an unidentified amount of fish that they subsequently sell, even though they're supposed to be amateur fishermen. And they are further reducing fish stocks in the area. And what was the first question?
I was asking you if you thought you could get cooperation from your small-scale fishermen.
Yes, because there are certain things that we have in common. Like, for example, we would both agree that this commercial fishermen, non-commercial fishermen issue should be dealt with. The presence of invasive species that are causing them so much trouble should also be dealt with. And overfishing should be monitored, and trawlers should be reined in. So if you know that we are fighting together and we are supporting them on certain things, then that might make them more willing to be more turtle friendly.
Okay. It is a problem that, I work in a West African island, and we see the same thing, that you can often get cooperation from what might seem like people who are on the other side, as long as you can get effective enforcement of the laws, because what they're often fighting is the fact that the laws are not enforced and they are being asked to obey laws that nobody else is obeying. And of course, nobody wants to do that. So it really speaks quite favorably in terms of strong government to control commercial interests so that it's fair for everyone. It's just an interesting political question that reverberates throughout the conservation community. Yes?
I would like to comment something regarding conservation efforts and everything. People say this is a really complex issue, and it is really conserve and diversity and etc. What can I do then? Actually, I cannot do with somewhere in Greece, in Delaware. It's very complex. I can't imagine. Yes, you can do right now, today. What you can do is that, do you know that the meat industry, meat production industry, and that their livestock, their fecal matter, all these methane gas, they have about 80 to 120 times more potent in global warming effect than carbon dioxide. And they are the pollutant. That is industrial and all the car in the world combined, bigger than industrial and car combined. Pollution produce, the meat production produce more than that. By eating less meat, you can actually begin today doing it right now. That's what you can do. Okay.
Aliki, I was going to ask you this question, where Anna can make a prediction about a loss of, coastline and all that. Can you make a prediction about what's going to happen with your turtle populations if the government doesn't intercede?
Well, my colleague Samir Patel, like his PhD project was about the impact of climate change on sea turtles in the Mediterranean in this particular population, and he made certain conclusions about what would happen. And I told him, you don't need to worry about that, they'll be extinct way before that. So at this rate, I cannot say how these populations can survive, because the more that they go out fishing, as they are depleting the fish stocks completely, the more encounters they will have. And when we're talking about 80% mortality rate to an adult female, that makes up to 5 nests per season every 2 years. This is a loss that you simply, it's very hard to recover from. So,
is the Greek government aware of your data, and
that's a
is the
plan.
government
That's a
going to do something
plan.
about it?
And these data are going to become available not only to the government, but to the European Union, the Fisheries Commission, and also to the fishermen's associations for them to be able to use to promote their causes as well. And that's the general idea behind me designing this project, to make data that are actually useful for people to do something about this.
Are there any government agencies carrying out research similar to yours? And
There
are
is a
they aware?
Fisheries Research Institute, and there is also the Hellenic Institute for Marine Research that have a fisheries department where they are doing research on the issue. And then we have other environmental NGOs that are also working with monk seals or cetaceans, and they are collecting similar data. And my responses are not very far from a study that came out just a few months ago about dolphins in Western Greece. Like the fishermen were saying the same things. So,
is your data available in public access? So can that be discoverable through search engines?
for me, now,
Yeah, both of
now
them.
it's not published yet, but soon.
So, working on it.
Well, if it stays there, if we just keep it, then it's like we never did this
Yeah.
research, is it?
Yeah.
So,
So the data you suggested, are you trying to say many countries will disappear in next 30, 40 years?
I couldn't hear you altogether.
No.
Are many countries going to disappear in the next 30, 40 years?
Yeah.
Well, not completely. But
Don't live in Bangladesh.
I mean, I wouldn't move to New Jersey or Florida or coastal Maryland.
don't buy beach property.
Don't buy beach property. I mean, buy beach property a few ways in and eventually it'll become beach property.
In Alaska. That's why I figure I don't need to worry about my center city home.
Yeah.
It'll be beach property for my grandchildren.
Yeah.
The entire country of the Seychelles will probably disappear.
Oh yes, that's particularly bad.
There's an island in the Pacific, it's often used as a tax haven, I think, that is going to disappear first.
Yeah.
So along, presumably with all those people's money.
The Maldives are in trouble.
Yeah.
Honeymoon destination.
What are the implications for teaching and research among institutions, among universities, among developing educational programs?
So my project?
You have both.
Well, yes, I am working on some presentations that will be available online for local schools. Yeah, and a big part of my project is once we get this data more established, once we get it refined completely, is to present it to people in New Jersey, resource managers in New Jersey, and whenever possible, I do enjoy going out to schools and doing lectures there.
And there are some skeptics who don't believe that there's global warming taking place, but that the Earth is going through a cycle. Right?
My response to that is, you're probably wrong, but even if we're just going through a cycle, it still matters. Like, it doesn't, yes, I do believe that humans are contributing to it, but even if you think it's all natural, it's still a problem. This isn't just something that's going to go away completely. The cycles can last a long time.
It's also the rate, I think, that.
Yes, the rate is very concerning right now. If the rate is much faster than we've seen before in the geologic record. But yes, those people especially drive me nuts. It's like, it's natural. Like, natural doesn't mean good.
Okay, well, I'd like to just end it, if there are no more questions, by remarking on the fact that I think all of you, most of them here, are grad students, should be very proud to be at Drexel, because Drexel is very much what can we do, let's get to it, let's just stop studying it and admiring it and publishing about it, let's actually do something about it. And I think that's very exciting, because a lot of the research done here has immense practical implications. And at Drexel, I think those implications have a chance, particularly through collaborative efforts, to see the light of day and actually make a difference in human society and in where the world is going. So I think you're part of an exciting group of people, very much more empowered just by the nature of the institution than some other places. So I hope all this gives you ideas and that you can work together to try to solve some of these problems. So thank you.
It's nothing.
Can I take a picture of our